Good afternoon. This is Cheryl PV coming to you on day number 12 of Time to Live My Purpose Journey. If you are joining me today, I just want to say welcome. And I just want to give a little bit of a recap of the past things that I've been discussing. Hopefully, I will name them all. If not, I just don't want to take too much of your time up today. But I've talked about Mother's Day, being a mom, and if you've lost your mother. I've talked about friendships, and sometimes you need to re-examine your friendships and really look closely at your friendships to see what is that person bringing to the table. What are they offering you? Are they 50-50 with your friendship? Are you both giving the same, or are you giving more? And sometimes they can steal your energy. So sometimes we need to re-examine our friendships, and sometimes we need to let people go or treat them with a long-handled spoon. I talked about negativity, which incorporates friendship a lot, because you don't need to have any negativity coming into your space when you are on your path of being not only successful, but living your purpose. I also talked about the importance of faith, and we know that without faith, we cannot create anything for ourselves. We have to believe in us. We have to believe in what we're called to do, and believe that it will come into fruition. I talked about the importance of prayer, and that's just having conversation with God, getting closer to God, and just allowing Him to share in your life. I talked about forgiveness and how important it is to forgive yourself. And that I suggested that you just write a letter or write down the things that you still harbor in your heart that you can't forgive yourself for, that you need to let go. Because if you can't forgive yourself, you cannot be successful at anything in life. I mean, true, we also have to forgive others, but I really want you to get in your spirit that forgiving yourself hinders you from success. I talked about meditation. There's 8 essential benefits of meditating. I talked about the heart of gratitude, being grateful for where you're at, and listing 5 things every day that you're grateful for the next 21 days. And I asked it when you came to the end of the 21 days to look over those days, those 3 weeks, to see if your life has changed at all. I talked about you surrounding yourself with people who are successful in what you want to do or what you're called to do. Gain some information, get some nuggets from where they have been and where they're at so you can apply it to your life. I talked about how this journey got started with CC Clark, works with Lisa Nichols in motivating the masses. She's a coach, speaker, author, entrepreneur, and she challenged me to come on here for the next 90 days to share my journey with you, because I am being fearful of walking in my purpose. But guess what? This is day 14, and each day I get less and less fearful in walking my purpose. And I said, if I forget to post a video, the first 2 people who contact me, I will send them $50 each. I've also shared a little bit about me and my story and why I'm doing this. And yesterday, I talked about purpose. And I thought I was done talking about purpose, but guess what? God said, nope, I want you to share one more nugget with everybody. And this was a realization for myself too. I want to talk or tell you a story, and you're familiar with this story, but I want to talk about the 12 disciples. Now, these were 12 men that Jesus personally went up to and said, will you leave where you're at and follow me? Now, some of the men said, okay, not a problem. They immediately got up from what they were doing and followed Jesus. And there were some who had some questions. Now, mind you, they didn't know this was Jesus. They didn't know this was the Son of God. They just knew something inside of them was saying that this is what they were supposed to do. So they trusted this man, and they left with him. Now, mind you, look what they gave up. A home, their job, their family, their position, their location where they, leaving a city and not knowing where they're going. But also they came out their comfort zone. So they didn't have or had no idea where they were going. Think about it. They didn't have a home to go to. They didn't have a job to go to. They didn't have any money, any clothing, any food. They just trusted that this man was going to provide for them. And guess what? When you think about it, if they would not have followed Jesus, what would they have missed out on? And if you said blessings, you're absolutely right. Think about it. Their lives would not have been blessed. They would have missed out on having the opportunity to be with Jesus for a limited amount of time, to learn from him, to eat with him, to sleep with him, just to be in awe of the things that he was able to do. And Jesus gave them power to cast out evil spirits and save and bring about miracles as well. So if they would have turned their back, they would have missed out on everything that they learned and had the opportunity of following the Son of God. Now I have 2 questions for you today. When God calls you, are you going to answer? And my next question to you is this. God has been calling you. Are you going to continue to press the ignore button? Or are you going to answer his call? Now, I would like to share with you another story very quickly about me. Now, I have felt for a long time that God was calling me to do something, but I ignored him. And what I did is I turned my head. I said, no, God, What? Why do you keep bothering me? What do you want? I don't want to do that. I don't want to know what you want me to do. I just don't. I just tuned him out. And God said, okay, Cheryl, that's fine. Eventually, you're going to answer my call. And guess what? I ended up answering his call, but in a way that I would want no one else to ever experience in their life. I hit rock bottom. And God woke me up when I lost my mother and grandmother 2 weeks apart. Now, mind you, mother and daughter, these are mother and daughter. And these are 2 women that I love more than anything else in this world. And I had to watch them slowly pass on before my eyes in a matter of 3 weeks. I went into an instant depression, despair. I had suicidal thoughts. I didn't want to be here. I questioned my purpose. I said, I'm an orphan. I'm like, God, what are you doing? I was mad at God because I was in this pit. You know, like when Joseph was in the pit and his brothers threw him in there? I was in a pit. There was no rope, no ladder, no rocks for me to climb on. It was nothing but dirt. And I was grabbing and trying to climb out myself. And I couldn't. And at one point, I just got so tired. I cried and said, God, I can't take this anymore. If I have a purpose, save me. If I don't, please let me go. And God instantly lifted me up out of that pit and said, Cheryl, I've been waiting for you to say you needed me. I've been waiting for you to say, help me. And he says, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. I have a purpose for you. So as God took me out of that pit and he worked on me, he started to show my purpose and he started to talk to me more and more. And what he said was this: I didn't cause you to go through life without having a purpose for you. And this is what I mean. God said, I did not cause you to have your father abandon you. I did not cause you to have low self-esteem, no self-worth, no self-love for yourself. I did not allow you to go through relationships where you were lied to and cheated on. I did not allow you to go through a miscarriage for no reason. I didn't allow you to have friends come into your life to use you and use your kindness for weakness and cause some big problems in your life financially. I did not cause you to have to, get pregnant again and have pregnant with twins. And I end up losing one and I have a son out of that because I could have lost both. He says, I did not cause you to lose another child if I didn't have something better in store for you. I did not cause you to lose your mother and grandmother 2 weeks apart if I didn't have something for you. Said, I allow these experiences to happen to you because you have a purpose. And that purpose is to help young girls and women who have been through life traumatic situations, to help them get out of where they're at, to help them love themselves, to help them see their beauty of how God says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, to help them with grief, to help them get on a path of living their life, being happy and being successful, and more importantly, loving themselves. So I just want to reach out to you one more time today and say, what is your purpose? What are you being called to do? Get up, and stop playing it safe. It's time to take a risk. It's time to get in the game. It's time to stop watching everybody else be great and be happy and be successful and be on a journey. It's time for you to be on a journey. Stop being on the sidelines and watching everybody else's story. It's time to walk your journey. It's time to share your story. And I want to quickly say something else to you. If you don't answer God, guess what? He'll tap you, he'll nag you, and he'll throw your head continually up against the wall. And he'll take you through the same things over and over until he gets your attention. So today, as I end day number 14, I would like to leave you with a quote by Oprah Winfrey. And what I love about her, she's someone we can set our lives by in her example. She's a good example, a role model of how she became successful. You can read about her, listen to her. She is a phenomenal woman. And this quote just says it all. And I hope that you will put this quote on a Post-it note or an index card, but just keep it with you, because she says, when your life is on course with purpose, you are most powerful. When your life is on course with purpose, you are most powerful. One more time. When your life is on course with purpose, you are most powerful. And when you really think about that, let that get really, really into your spirit, because it's true. Think about it. You are walking in this journey, and this is your course. This is your purpose. Tell me you're not powerful. Tell me you are not powerful, because I wouldn't believe it. So today I just challenge you once again. Answer the phone when God calls. It's time for the world to see you. It's time for you to introduce yourself to the world. It's time to share your story. It's time to live your journey. It's time to walk in your purpose and do what you're called to do. Again, if you need help and you're unsure, just contact me. I would love to work with you. And if I cannot help you, I will definitely direct you to others that can. I'm sorry, I know I took a little bit extra time, but I just wanted to really, really get this message out, because I think it was important for someone to hear today. Thank you again. I'm Cheryl Peavy. Tune in to me tomorrow for Time to Live My Purpose Journey, day number 15. I look forward to seeing you, talking to you, and I hope you have a rest of a fantastic, wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.